All right, here's today's project. This is an old, I don't know how many pieces it was, but it's an old socket set I got when I graduated high school. So I was like almost 18 at that age. And they had the worst blow molded case that would dump all the sockets out, or a lot of them, every time I turn it sideways and so on. It had like 10 wrenches in it, smaller ones and stuff like that. And I just hated that blow molded case. You had it, especially once I started working, in a shop and being like, fixing stuff and all kinds of stuff. It became really difficult to work with that blow molded case because I had to keep it flat, else it just became a disaster. And even, I don't know, it was a pain because it was kind of big and square too. It was just terrible. And so then I found these. Finally, I was looking at all these different cases, and they were more money than I wanted to spend, and the 3D printed stuff, and it was a lot of money, and for what it was. And finally I found these Craftsman Versa Stack. All right, they're not the best stacking case system, I admit that, but they're cheap. Okay, these are cheap. Versa Stack. Okay, I'm going to show you something else about these later. And Versa Stack, this one you can get it. I don't know what the retail price is, but you can get it on like eBay for like $24 all the time, like shipped. And if you offer less money to some of these buy it now sellers, they will sell it to, I don't know what I paid, I don't know, $21, $21.50, something like that, really cheap. And it's good enough, and it locks with the other cases, and I'll show you how it works in a minute. All right, so here's, this is an extra 3/8 one I have in there for some reason, and I gotta enlarge this hole. I've already enlarged, not that one, I've enlarged this hole, because mine are a little bit thicker than they make them now, apparently. So the new Craftsman sockets are, Craftsman, whatever. Anyway, 35 years ago when I got this, it was still a respected brand for sockets and some things. And I've sanded out some of these, and at first what I did when I was using this, I was using the medium thing, and that was going really slow. And then I switched to the coarse one in the smaller size, and it was still going pretty slow, and then this started unraveling, and I was like, okay, this is not working. So this morning I come down here to work on it. I get out my old Dremel. I get these coarse sleeves. And this is much faster, but the thing about the Dremel is if you go too fast, what it does is it melts the sides a little bit. So what I found out is that I could do it and then trim it up with a knife, and that makes it go pretty quick, the modification. So I need to do, these are the ones that I need to, this one, so that fits. This is an extra in-between size that I have that there's not a size for that. This one needs to fit. And these two are extra smaller sizes for these 3/8 inch metric one. I have a, see, it goes, this case goes down to 10, but I have 9 and 8, it looks like. So my set is slightly larger than this is designed for. And I also I don't have them here, but the ratchets that go with, they're a little bit different. They're a little longer. The handles are a little longer, maybe, I don't know, a little thicker maybe. This is the mine are just a little more high quality probably than the newer ones. All right, so I'm gonna, let's see. Let's try this one. I'll show you how it's done. One. It looks like I'm about a medium speed, and this should go pretty quick, I think. But obviously it depends how much you have to remove. And you just have to go by test fitting it, really. I try to go around to try to maintain the round shape, because, you can enlarge it, but if the shape isn't round, it's still not going to fit, right? So, and you see, that's almost going to fit. So maybe I'll that was just a tiny amount I had to remove from that one. And once it's heated up, it trims off really easy with this knife. So that's something that I'm discovering here about this process, Hot plastic trims easy. Maybe it would have trimmed easy cold. I never tried that. It didn't occur to me. Maybe that's an easy way to do it if you don't have a Dremel. Yeah. See, that's almost good. That's almost fits perfectly. There's probably just some gunk there at the bottom I couldn't get. I didn't get. So maybe if I, scrape that out or something, right? Well, you can see how this is done anyway. All right, let's see if we can get a good fit on that one. There we go. That's almost in there. I don't know if it says full depth or not. Maybe it is, or maybe that's as deep as it goes. It may be bottoming out. Let's see. I can't really tell. I'll do a little more on it. Let's see if it's bottoming out or if I'm just... And also, this is sticking out a little proud on this one. I had the other one set up different, so maybe that's why it's not going all the way to the bottom. Probably. To get it, gotta get in the corner right there, right? It's not really important. It won't make a difference if it falls out or not. It's just for the sake of doing it as nicely as possible. That's all. kind of like an OCD thing, right? Here it is. That. Oh, that's good. No, it looks like I think it's maybe bottoming out, but it's just a little taller, or maybe there's a little lip at the edge I didn't get. So I don't know. Just give it another go around with the knife and see. I take out. My eyes are getting. I don't see as well as I used to, so I have to wear glasses both close and medium distance. I have some magnifying safety glasses with little bifocals. Those are kind of useful for it. I've had it for years. I use them for grinding drill bits to shape that I want, and but now I'm starting to like need them for everything. So there's that one, and then I'll show you how they stack up after this. Now that you've gotten the idea of how that works. Oh, that one's sticking up proud too. And you can see, even with the random bits in there, still everything stays in place. It's sufficient, right? You know, they can travel up and down like pistons a little bit, but they're not going to fall out. And there's also not room for the longer ones. You know, I have that in other cases. Now, here's what's great about VersaStack. It's the same thing as DeWalt Tough Case Plus. And these ones are cheap. This one's $24. These ones are cheap, but if you buy the DeWalt one, it's expensive. It's more than 20. I don't know. And then these ones, the Craftsman, you can get these really cheap. You can get 4 for $20 of these, or even less. All right. But if you buy the DeWalt, they're like $10 a piece, so that's 4 for $40, right? So you have to mix and match to get them cheap. And I have read that the DeWalts are a little bit better made or something. They're a little thicker plastic or something, but you know, it's not a big deal. I have both. All right, this one's a DeWalt, and you know, I imported this one from that horrible place. You know, everybody's afraid to spend their money, but I had them bring it over, and it was less than $30 for this one. So I have and this one locks to. It's not the best locking case system, I admit that. It's kind of, you know, labor intensive. But you see how I can get all this other stuff in this one alone, right? And then this one is the DeWalt T-Stack 2, T-Stack 2.0. And I don't know that all of these T-Stack 2 are compatible with the DeWalt and the Craftsman, but there's certainly some of them are. And I got all my wrenches and stuff in here. So that's great, because I'm not a mechanic type person, you know, but I work on machinery and stuff, so I just need this stuff occasionally. I need all kinds of different sizes when I do, but I don't need it a lot. You know, so I don't need it in drawers, because I would, you know, my stuff is more woodworking oriented, so I want to just haul it out and take it where I need it. All right, so then it takes a little practice to learn how to stack these, because of the way they have little lips and stuff on the tops of the cases that you know, it takes some practice to get them to line up. But once you got it, so that one locks there, and this one is for locking different ones. You can lock the let's see if I can make this one work. You can lock the here's a medium case, right? See these? This one locks like this, and these will go in the bottom. They'll go on this yellow one, but I don't think they'll go on the black one. They won't go on the black one because it doesn't have the right clips. And this one has a lip here, so you have to put one edge in that lip right there, and this one clips right there, okay? And you open that, and then this one has lips for these. And you can put, how's that work? These have a lip on the back and in the front. So you can put those there, right? And obviously, you know, you think about it, these stack up too. They all lock together, right? You can put another one on the back here, right? You put another one on the back here, okay, like this, if you want to. Or you can put one here, but just one, because there's not a clip in the back. That's got to be locked. That's got to be locked up. All right. See how that works? See how great that is? I mean, if I have stuff that doesn't fit in these two socket boxes, I can always make smaller ones, and I think that's where I have some of the stuff in those. I don't know. I'm still in the state of figuring this out with this whole system and what I'm going to do with it and use it for. But I bought and these were only like, I bought them on sale at Amazon, and I think these were $20 for 4, right? And then these were like only $6 or $7 a piece if you buy them at certain places. So these are even bigger, you know, and they're insanely cheap. You know, that's the DeWalt ones. And then I bought a couple, again, I had parted them from Asia. I bought, let's see, I bought 4 of these little tiny ones that you can put little tiny things in. And they're kind of, they're mildly useless, but they're really tiny. But it is kind of cool how 4 of them will lock in this. That's kind of a useful feature in my opinion. But there's really not that much room. It looks like they have a little divider in them. You can put drill bits and or little screwdriver bits and stuff in them, and that's cool. And the thing about these is these are not the ideal cases because you really only have half the capacity. Because if you put dividers in them, you need dividers for the top too, for things not to slide around when you turn them upside down. You can see stuff in the side. That's cool when they're on their side, so you have some visibility in your favor. But in terms of using the full depth, if you just want to fill that up with little screws and stuff like that, you're gonna have a mound of screws, and if you just have to be careful with about overestimating how much stuff you can put in one if you don't want to mess when you open it up sometimes. All right, cool. That's just the little thing for today, and have a great day, and hope you enjoy this information.